Come a long way, my friend. Across oceans, deserts. Seen things few men have seen.
If you're still, we'll believe.
The end is in sight.
There is a whisper throughout the land that the hour of our judgment is upon us.
What madness is this?
This is a curse from hell, brought upon us by the Black Witch.
You've been found guilty of consorting with the devil.
Wait!
Do it.
I am Bayman of Blybrook.
Your name has become legend. You must deliver the witch to Severac, where you will destroy the witch's powers.
That the witch.
That is not what I say. I will take the girl, but if she is not what you say, she will not be yours to burn.
You're not like the others. Do you believe I'm a witch, Bayman?
Don't be deceived. She sees the weakness that lies in our hearts. And what she sees there, she will use against us.
You're not afraid of me. Are you?
These men are prepared for battle.
You have to get in line behind me.
She'll turn one man against another.
They must be punished.
Let's finish this.
We're gonna need more holy water.
The adventure is that he has to deliver this alleged witch, this young girl played by Claire Foy, to the Abbey of Severac for an exorcism. And the church wants him to do that one last time, even though he has renounced his connection with the church. And he does it because he doesn't want them to do what he thinks they're going to do, which is give her an unfair trial and kill her anyway. And along the way, things begin to happen. Spooky things. She starts to become something other than what he initially believed, which is that she was just a puppet to be slain to help calm people's fears about the plague. But it turns out that she has some other power that he really didn't count on.
Nick is a real hard worker and very serious about building a foundation so that, you know, whether it's spoken or not, he knows where he is, where he's come from and where he's on his way to as a character at all times. And it was the smartest way to approach this, was for him and me to sit down with Dominic Sena and with the writers and Chuck and Alex, the producers, and create a very specific backstory as to how they met, what their time spent together felt like.
Tell me your name.
I am Bayman of Blybrook.
Bayman. Yes, and your comrade Felsen. Your names are known to me. The plague is everywhere.
It is a curse called up from hell, brought upon us by the Black Witch.
The Black Witch.
The witch must be taken to the Abbey of Severac, where the monks possess the last copy of an ancient book of rituals that will destroy the witch's powers and end the plague.
For me, it was just no question that he would be right and could be right. What I loved about his response to the script was, for all the work that Nick has done, he's played almost every kind of character, he never has played somebody from this period. Has never played a knight, never played kind of a warrior like this. And so that was interesting for him. And I was very, very excited about that. And, you know, he's got a close confidant, a comrade, a best friend, a guy he's gone through the wars with, if you will. And of course, that guy has his own mythic, heroic quality in the sense that he's just a regular guy. I mean, he's hardened and tough, and you know, big in stature, but also big in heart. And you know, we felt that Ron Perlman was the perfect guy for that. And their chemistry is really terrific on screen.
I think Nick responded to the role, number one, because he'd never done a period piece like this before. I mean, I kept thinking that he must have in all the films he's done, but what intrigued him was I've never played a character like this before, and that's what intrigues me. You know, when you've done as many movies as Nick's done, you know, if you're playing a cop or a thief, or he's been there a few times, and it must be difficult to sort of get motivated, or harder to get motivated than when you're playing a character you've never played before. You know, and it's an anti-hero role, but it's pretty heroic, and it's about redemption, and those are issues that intrigue Nick for sure. And he just liked the idea of doing something entirely different. You know,
there's no telling the level of adventure that these two have kind of lived out. You know, in the decade and a half or so that they've been, you know, these nights in these crusades, which was gritty, hand to hand, you know, blood in your face, blood on your clothes kind of stuff. And I think that the reason why they survived and they are two guys who happen to be like one unit is because it's an unspoken rule, like, you know, if you're going down, I'm going down with you.
Look at that rabble down there, baby.
Whomever slays the most men drinks for free.
Or you're buying, my friend.
Prepare for battle!
I'm building up a powerful thirst, baby!
You're buying, my friend!
Nick really embraced that concept, loved the idea of doing something that was scary and had action, and yet at the same time had a great sort of story of recaptured spirituality and redemption to it, and just jumped in with both feet and has been a complete joy, and really had great script ideas and great character ideas, plus he looks, I think, fantastic.
They have a kind of a shorthand with one another which enables them to know what each other's thinking, complete each other's sentences without really ever having to verbally do it.
The two of them have bonded in a way that perhaps only people under fire who are fighting for each other's lives can understand. It's almost like the ultimate marriage in that they've been in situations that we as civilians can only look at from the outside, from afar, but there has to be some closeness that happens in military situations like you have with the Marines or with any group that has to go in and risk their lives and look out for one another. That kind of bond is the kind of bond that is between Felsen and Bayman.
Felsen, this way.
What is it now?
They saw my sword's crest.
Told you we should have gone around.
You two, stand fast!
Remove the hood and the mask.
He's clearly a man who has lost his way and has done unspeakable things in the name of the church that he is having trouble, that he is struggling living with. And almost immediately upon his return, while trying to resupply themselves and get fresh horses, they are, against their will, drafted, blackmailed into taking a girl who has been accused of being the witch responsible for spreading the Black Plague through Europe to a remote monastery where she will be purified. And Bayman knows what that means.
That the witch?
That's not what I see.
The priest said she confessed.
We both know the church can be most persuasive. I am sorry I put you into this, Wilson.
Oh. As dungeons go, this one's not so bad. We spent nights in much worse places than this. At least I have. What is that smell?
That would be you.
I serve the church no more.
Did you see the priest's face? Looked like someone pissed in his holy water.
As a character, she's very, like, you never quite work her out. And I think that's important because neither do the men. And I think for me, as a young actress, I think it's really amazing because normally when you read scripts of things, the characters, the female character is very clearly defined. And, it's quite often they don't really make active choices and they're not really, manipulating people. They're either like femme fatales or really innocent girls. And this girl, she kind of is so intelligent that she's able to, is able to pit all the men against each other and she can read people so well that she can find out exactly what they're thinking and then use it against them.
The witch is unconscious. She was given a powerful sedative in her food last night. Open the cell. We'll be removing the witch for transport.
She's just a girl. Don't be deceived.
Wilson! Hold her! Hold her! The sooner we get her to Severac, the better.
Now she's sedated.
Nicolas Cage is a star, and he is a star. He's so enigmatic and so kind of shiny that he is a proper star. So I wasn't necessarily nervous about meeting Nick, but I think I felt like it was his film. And I thought, if he doesn't like me, then I'm buggered. So I was a bit like, oh God, it could all go hideously wrong. But then when I first met him, he was just like, I'm really pleased you're on the film. And I was like, oh, thanks. And he's such a lovely, lovely, wonderful man.